Hey, fabulous mathematicians. We're going to jump into these notes, and it's kind of a lot, so I would go ahead and pause your screen right meow, so that way you can write all of this stuff down. So first, it is complementary and supplementary angles, and I tried to separate these two out, but it was a little difficult for me. So complementary is any two angles where the sum of their measurement is 90. Clearly, we know what sum means. It means when you add them together, they're equal to 90. Supplementary is any two angles where the sum of their measures is 180. So any two angles, add them up, they should equal 180 degrees. Now, there are some tricks. You have C for complementary and S for supplementary. So C can easily be turned into 90. And S can easily be turned into 180. The way that I remember it is C is before S in the alphabet. Therefore, 90 is before 180 on the number line. So complementary is 90 degrees and supplementary is 180 degrees. And then we have these two illustrations. The measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 90 degrees, right? The measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4 equals 180 degrees. So basically, all you really truly need to hold on to is that complementary is 90, supplementary is 180. Here are some steps, because we're going to do this algebraically. Step number 1 is to determine if angles are complementary, supplementary, or neither. That should always be your first step, is identify what are you dealing with. Second step, solve using algebraic properties. We're going to use inverse operations to solve. And then lastly, check the answers/solutions to make sure that your answer is correct. We always check our work. We have 6 examples that we're going to go through. The first 2, we're just going to identify, is it complementary, supplementary, or neither? So looking at example number 1, I have these 2 angles. I have 38 degrees and 62 degrees, and I'm going to add them up to see if it equals complementary, supplementary, or neither. 90 degrees, 180 degrees, or neither. 8 plus 2 is 10, carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. That is not 90 degrees. So this would be neither. Number 2. I mean, it looks like it could be, but no. Number 2. Complementary, supplementary, or neither. Complementary would have to equal 90 degrees. Supplementary, it would have to equal 180 degrees. And we cannot just take this straight line. Like, you see how this looks like a straight line? I can't use that. I can't say, oh, it's supplementary because it's a straight line. Nope. I have to add it up and prove it. 6 plus 8 is 14. Carry the 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. Bring down the 1. Nope. It is also neither, because it does not equal 180 or 90 degrees. All right, questions 3, 4, 5, and 6. First, I'm going to decide if it's complementary, supplementary, and then solve for the missing angle or solve for x. So in question number 3, please tell me that we all see this right angle sign. That tells us it has to be 90 degrees. So for me to solve this, I'm going to use x, the number I don't know, plus 71 needs to equal 90, right? Because when 2 angles added together equal 90 degrees, it's complementary. So actually, let me write this down, complementary. So I know I'm looking for a total of 90 degrees. I see adding, I'm going to do subtracting. That cancels out, bring down my x, bring down my equal sign. I know mentally 91 minus 71 is 20. Therefore, 90 minus 71 is 19. But let's do some borrowing just to make sure. 10 minus 1 is 9. 8 minus 7 is 1. Checks out. Now, for me to double check this, I would add 71 plus 19, and that should come out to 90. And it does. So I know x equals 90. All right, let's look at number 5, so scooch down because I'm going to do the complementary ones first. Again, I have this right angle symbol here, so I know that this is a complementary angle. So I know it should add up to 90 degrees. So first, let's make an algebraic equation. I know that the angle 8x minus 14 plus 16 needs to equal 90. Well, let's combine our like terms. I have negative 14 and positive 16 are my like terms. So 8x plus 2, because 16 minus 14 is 2, equals 90. I see addition. I'm going to do subtraction. 8x equals 88. And then quick mental math. I know that x equals 11. So if x equals 11, when I substitute it back in, let me use a different color here since we're starting to get a little bit smushed. Let's use gray. If I substitute 11, yeah, substitute 11 in for x minus 14. 8 times 11 is 88. 88 minus 14 comes out to, what is that, 74, right? Therefore, 74 plus 16 has to equal 90. And honestly, guys, we can do quick mental math. 74 plus 6 is 80. 80 plus 10 is 90. It checks out. Therefore, I can safely say that x equals 11. All right, now let's move into our supplementary ones. Now, number 4, I know it's supplementary just because it is a full-on straight line. That and in 7th grade or even in middle school, the questions aren't necessarily trying to trick you. It's a straight line, which means it is supplementary. So I know that I need to add these angles together to get to 180. So using algebraic properties, x plus 64 needs to equal 180 degrees. I see addition, I'm going to do subtraction. Now that cancels each other out, bring down my x. Let's do some borrowing here. 10 minus 4 is 6, 7 minus 6 is 1, and bring down the 1. X should equal 116. Now, let's check our answer to make sure we're right. 116 plus 64 should come out to 180. 6 plus 4 is 10, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 6 is 8, carry that 1. Cool, 180 degrees. Done. Moving on to number 6. Again, this is supplementary. Because yes, we always need to decide if it's complementary, supplementary, or neither. Now that I know it's supplementary, I need to add these angles together to equal 180 degrees. So 3x plus 16 is that angle, plus 8x minus 1 is my second angle, needs to equal 180 degrees. Now, before we can safely drop parentheses, you just need to see if there's anything multiplying on the outside. Now, here, I got nothing multiplying. Here, I have a positive 1 multiplying into my 8x minus 1. But we all know positive 1 times anything doesn't change anything. So I actually can safely drop my parentheses because I'm not actually multiplying anything that will change anything. Like if this guy right here were a negative sign, I would need to multiply a negative inside the parentheses. But he's not. All right, let's combine our like terms. I see the 3x and the 8x, and the positive 16 and the negative 1 are my like terms. 3x plus 8x, I know 3 plus 8 is 11, so 11 x's. 16 minus 1 is positive 15. All right, let's get rid of that 15 by subtracting. 15 on both sides. That cancels out. Sorry guys, I'm like smushing my math, and I always tell you not to do this. But I am fully out of room. So 180 minus 15, I know 180 minus 5 is 175, and then 175 minus 10 is 165. And then 165 divided by 11 is our final step. But as you guys can see, I am fully out of room. So here, let's do a fancy trick with my iPad where I just make this smaller. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we zoom in anymore. Dividing both sides by 11. You can do this in your head because 11 can go into 16 one time with a remainder of 5, and 11 can go into 55 5 times. If you cannot do that in your head, then you should work it out. Meaning put 11 outside, put 165 inside, and do your math. All right, guys. There we have it. It's the whole page all together. The biggest thing is if it's complementary or supplementary. Complementary is 90 degrees, supplementary is 180 degrees. And then just do what you already know. Your algebraic properties. You guys are the best. Make sure that you are asking questions to your teacher if you are still confused on any of this.